Well, hello everyone and welcome to another Strong Arms Power Station Enhancement Pack review. And this time, the Class 86 gets the job. I think it's time we have a look at what this pack offers, because I'm definitely not a few months late reviewing this. Anyway, let's go. First off, AP, whilst working with Geordie, have gathered quite a mouthful of new visuals for this pack, including a newly modelled front featuring several different variants of jumper cables, lights and buffers, a newly modelled roof featuring both those pantographs I can't pronounce the names of, so I'll just post them up on screen, newly modelled bogies for the 86-1 subclass, a bunch of 2D nameplates, and lastly a retextured cab as well as an advanced in-cab simulation, which I'll get onto more later. All the new models are great, and if you look at their before and after shots, you can clearly see how those extra bits have transformed the looks of the existing model, which I do appreciate, so well done. To add to that, we were given 20 different liveries, which are British Rail, the Intercities, Network Southeast, BR Trainload, Rail Freight, Parcels, Rail Express, EWS, Anglia, Virgin. Apologies to interrupt, but we don't speak of that name here. Please refer to the manual. Red and Black, the Freightliners, Caledonian Sleeper, 86259, and what? Huh? Oh, there's quite a few you missed off there, Richard. Oh dear. Joking aside, liveries do look great, and I'm sure the Fero Lords have got to business with those missing liveries anyway. Well, they probably already have done. I'm that late making this, for God's sake. Looking at the rest of the features, the train has wheel slip protection, neutral section functionality, a very accurate simulation of the physics, and the dead variant for use in scenarios. Quite a nice variety there, but let's review those sounds. Now, Richard and his team managed to grab a whole load of brand new 86 recordings from Unit 86259, but were they recreated well enough? Well, you're about to find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do the honours, Gary! Frick off! Yes! Absolutely smashing! AP have completely nailed the sounds of this locomotive. There may be a few reused sounds such as the motor at low speed, hello, and those track sounds, Nevertheless, the sounds on this are absolutely brilliant, and definitely one of my favourites. I just love how the AC buzz gets louder as you accelerate. That is the sort of detail we appreciate. There is also the option for you to enable the sounds of the tap changer, which can effectively help with your driving, or if you want a bit more thrash, you can always tweak the volume of the motor. You call that thrash? Nah mate, this is thrash. Motor fractal. That's not the best part though. Just listen to how those fans power off. Does it get any better than that? Oh, of course. We can't forget those classic screaming rear static brake fan sounds. Do you know what? Sounds a 10 out of 10. It's a yes for me. And now, welcome to this Class 86 Enhancement Pack driving tutorial. Oh, feck. Wrong train. And now, welcome to this Class 86 Enhancement Pack driving tutorial. Before I start, I think half of you watching this already know how to drive this locomotive, but I don't care. First thing you must do is switch on the master key by pressing Shift W on your keyboard. Well done! Have a star! Now, do Ctrl N to activate the AWS. And cancel it by pressing Q.
TPWS and AWS is operational. Wait a minute, this is the wrong train. Oh no.
You got that right, mate. And now, I shall run you through the controls of this locomotive. This is the tap changer. This contains a total of 38 notches, with an additional weak-filled notch for the 86-1 subclass, and each notch gradually gives the train more power. So, let's slam our reverser into forward, release the brakes, and I shall run you through how to drive this train like a boss. After you've released the brakes, move the power handle to the notching position. Now, press A and U on your keyboard together to notch up. Keep doing this action until you feel you have gained enough power for a smooth acceleration. Once you've gained enough speed, you can move the power handle to the run up position. This causes the tap changer to notch up continuously, and if you have the tap changer audio enabled, you'll be able to hear each notch proceed. You can move your tap changer back to the notching position after you feel you have gained enough power. It is also recommended that you do not put the power handle straight into the run up position from a standstill, as you may cause your train to bottom text in the process. In order to maintain certain speeds, you can notch down by pressing D and U on your keyboard. This will gradually reduce the amount of power applied. Now you're driving the Class 86 like a boss. In order to continuously notch down your train, you can move down the power handle to the run down position, or you can move it to off. However, please note that if you do this, you will not be able to apply power again until your tap changer notches back down to off. And that concludes my driving guide for the Class 86. For more information, read the bloody manual. Okay, fingers on buzzers people, it is time for the ultimate question to be answered. Would I recommend this pack for £16.99? And the answer is... they're just coming in right now. Maybe? Don't get me wrong people, AP have done a great job with this pack overall, but for me, the price is a little too steep. I mean yes, it has things like new models, which are a nice feature, but if you look at the Class 158 Enhancement pack, it has one very good feature that this pack doesn't have. Oh, I wonder what that is. Ah yes! A new cab! Maybe if that was a feature along with the rest of the pack, then maybe $16.99 would be a good enough price tag. At least we'll get a wider selection of features to play with, like a GSMR or CSR. However, if you were to compare this pack to the likes of this abomination, then perhaps 17 quid on this is more worth spending. But just note that if you do want this pack, but don't have the 86 off Steam, then your new total would be... have fun with that if you will. Now, would I recommend this pack? Well, if you're a massive super duper mega enormous gigantic 86 fan, then yes! But if you're not bothered, then still yes! The train is still really nice to drive, very immersive and overall highly enjoyable. Although, I'd personally cut down the price to around 15 quid. But this brings another concern to my mind. Allow me to explain. AP's consistency with packs is questionable, to say the least. It tends to vary a lot, whether the pack is good or bad. Although what I've noticed lately has become much more apparent. They tend to perform better with older trains and locos than they do with modern ones. Packs like this one and the 319 are great, but some like the Networker and Electrostar Enhancement packs are extremely lacking. Which brings me on to my next point. AP have a weak spot for when it comes to more modern products, which is mainly the sounds. I mean yes, I can agree that some sounds are accurate to an extent, but if we seriously want the ultimate experience, then they really need to improve, especially if they have the guts to rape our wallets with ridiculous price tags. What's this? £249 for the Electrostar? Oh you fecking cunt.